The attempted assassination of a former U.S. president has Canadian police and intelligence agencies on high alert too. The leader of one party says he trusts the RCMP to keep him and other politicians safe. But the NDP's Jagmeet Singh says he worries about a changing political culture.
It shouldn't be that we've got violence being inflamed and tensions being inflamed to get to the point of violence or harassment. That is wrong, and that should not happen.
Violence has been a disturbing and recurring element in U.S. politics. In Canada, physical attacks on politicians have been far fewer. Founding father and MP Darcy McGee was shot dead by an Irish nationalist a few blocks from the House of Commons in the first year of Confederation. In the October crisis of 1970, a Quebec cabinet minister was killed by the FLQ. More recently, Parliament Hill was the scene of a shootout when a lone gunman killed a sentry at the War Memorial and stormed into center block with a hunting rifle before he was shot dead. A former Canadian Forces reservist armed with a rifle smashed his truck through the gates of Rideau Hall, home to the Governor General and the Prime Minister. The driver, believed to be targeting Justin Trudeau, was later convicted on weapons charges. Just last month, an incident not far from the Hill as a protester appeared to spit on former Public Safety Minister Marco Mendicino. At public events, Trudeau has been repeatedly targeted by angry groups of protesters, once having to wear a protective vest under his clothing during a campaign event in Mississauga. MPs and senators now have panic buttons they wear that they can use to summon security if they feel threatened. Even before the attempt on Trump, Canada had been ramping up protection for politicians, this national security analyst says.
Security agencies are always looking at trends, they're always looking at events around the world, and they will adjust accordingly. But I really do believe that since January 6th, and perhaps even since the convoy was here in 2022 in Ottawa, that they have already been adjusting.
The public safety minister says he's spoken to the heads of the RCMP and the spy agency and is confident they can handle any threat.
We have, over the last number of years, specifically in the last 2 years, increased the funding to the RCMP so that they'll have all the tools necessary and the people necessary to do the work that Canadians expect them to do in a democracy. If you want to change the government, you participate in an election and you go to vote. You don't engage in acts of political violence.
This is the spot where MP Darcy McGee was assassinated in 1868. There hasn't been another Canadian MP killed since then, but security agencies are worried about the next election as party leaders face voters who appear angrier and more divided than ever. Glenn McGregor, City News, Ottawa.